Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Charlie Hebdo, a bully. Muslims have to deal with bullies every single day. In your childhood, elementary to middle school, high school to college, somewhere in your life, you will surely meet a bully, especially in elementary or middle school. Charlie Hebdo is a magazine in so-called freedom of speech country, France. Why I say so-called freedom of speech country? I will get to that later. Now comes the point. What does freedom of speech mean? Freedom of speech is a principle that supports the freedom of an individual or community to articulate their opinions and ideas without fear of retaliation, censorship, or legal sanction. Does freedom of speech have limits? The First Amendment allows us to speak our mind and stand up for what we believe in. However, the limit on free speech are rooted in the principle that we are not allowed to harm others to get what we want. That's why we are not allowed to use speech for force, fraud, or defamation. See the word defamation, right? Why is the magazine defaming my prophet and behaving like a bully? Prophet Muhammad is very close to a Muslim's heart. No one can tolerate anything bad against him, but the magazine repeatedly did this, provoking Muslims. In the beginning, I told you about bullies. Charlie Hebdo is not a magazine, it's a bully against my religion. Not only Muslims, but for Christians too. Those Christians don't care about Jesus Christ defaming cartoon, but our Muslim hearts bleed for both of them. Since Charlie Hebdo is working as a bully, we have to handle the bully wisely. If someone is bullying you, how do you handle it without making things worse? You either ignore it or you be an equal bully to them. Or you can tell the teacher or principal. You have to deal with it all. And there are several different ways to do it. We Muslims either ignore it because we don't have an image of our prophet. If someone drew an image and said it was the Prophet Muhammad, why do we have to accept it? Just ignore it. Let's say you went up to a Jewish person and said, "Oh, hail Pharaoh," or "Oh, hail Hitler." How would they feel? It's against the Quran to say, "Oh, hail Pharaoh," because the Pharaoh was against Prophet Musa alayhi salam, peace be upon him. And you can't hail Hitler because it's illegal and against the law of most countries. And it'll hurt Jewish people's feelings because many Jewish people died from Hitler. If you say hail Hitler, now you will see there is no more freedom of speech for you and me. People will find it offensive and should be offensive. Here comes the freedom of a speech country's hypocrisy I told you before. Here, I'll give you an option. You can tell the leader or the principal. Because when French President Macron was asked about it, he said it was a freedom of speech and refused to acknowledge it. But the next day, he did not like A News and criticized it. So now we can see the hypocrisy from Europe and its leaders. Not only France, but also all of Europe, considered to be hateful, especially to a particular religion, Islam. You know what? Lie cannot be digested by truth. Darkness can't stand by light. France is talking about freedom of speech when they don't have freedom of clothing. You can be nude, but you can't be covered in France. I will show you how much of a hypocrite they are and how much they hate Muslims. In France, you get fined for not wearing a mask. But if you wear a niqab, you get fined even more than the mask situation. Charlie Hebdo's freedom of speech became a hate speech for Muslims. Have you ever seen any newspapers praising Hitler in Muslim countries? We know to respect other people's religions. A lie doesn't become truth. Wrong doesn't become right. And evil doesn't become good just because it's accepted by a majority. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Bye.